Hello folks, this is Oppu Laine from Amorphis and Octoploid, and you are watching CMS-TV.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ow!
We're going to go right to Ms. Bonnie, because I may need to save these commercials for a little bit later. I'm drinking Gatorade.
Well,
so
here is Miss Bonnie.
Ms. Bonnie is a medium. Hello, how are
great,
you, darling?
thanks. How are you?
Good. So how would you describe yourself? I mean, my backstory real quick. You and I met 23 years ago, maybe?
Yes.
On the radio, on MMS, and you were like the sweetest person I've ever met in my entire life. And they described you as a psychic medium, I guess.
Right.
How would you describe yourself and what you do?
So psychics go into your mind and they really bring a wow factor because somehow they can read your mind. Mediums go out to a different dimension to retrieve information. So we're trained to shut down part of our left brain that carries MasterCard, Visa, American Express, all the things that, interrupt any kind of intuition. We're trained to shut that down so that we can hear what's coming in to help you.
Now, hi, Bonnie. First of all, I'm Chris.
Hi.
Hi. When you're doing a read on somebody, and I've never been to a psychic ever, so I'm learning as we kind of go.
Is that calling you a psychic?
Yeah,
is that insulting? Or is
it
medium?
Yeah, all my friends know, but I respect just Seth being in the same space with you after a quarter century is, I have to say, a thrill. So I prefer,
cool.
yes, I'm a trained medium. Thank you.
Sorry. Well,
That's okay.
As a medium, when you do a reading, do you get like an overview picture of the person's future, or do you get an exact, you're going to get in a car accident at 7:00 today or something? I mean, what do you see and how do you present it?
All right. So back in the day when wheels were square and Seth and I were in the same space together, terrestrial radio was always on one main floor of a big building. I won't mention what building. And all the studios were, back to back, like tent city. And it was AM and FM, right, Seth? Sister
Yes.
stations. Yeah.
Yes.
So mediums access something similar to that. I was trying to think of how I could explain it because the angels told me you were going to ask me this question. So thank you. So AM and FM, right, in the studios, working at the same time. So the different dimensions that mediums access are like AM and FM. So if you think about loved ones being in the AM dimension, let's just say that, and then angels who are absolutely astounding, they are timeless. It's like quantum physics. They're in the FM. So depending on the call and the need of a client, I am trained to access one of those dimensions and what we call to bring it. Mediums, we don't know anything. We wait, we listen, and we repeat. And then we don't remember a single thing. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
So always advise, the clients, please write this down while I have it.
Right.
So yes, and I just completed 41 years of the work. So
Wow.
I'm still very much in love with it.
Sure.
How did you get involved with MMS?
I was approached by another station back in the late 80s. And then, you know how word kind of spreads?
Yeah.
So now I'm national. But back then, I loved terrestrial radio. I loved being in the studio. Seth can tell you. Seth was my anchor. I need to share this if it's okay. We have time. He was the observer in the room.
Okay.
That's the best way I can describe it. The rest of the guys who I was surrounded with were mainlighting freeze-dried Folgers at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I had to come into this space with all this masculine energy. And of course, Seth is a man. We know this. But there was
Barely.
something peaceful about him. So I would actually stare at him sometimes just to get a sense of, okay, this is all right. I can still do what I do. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying, Chris. I mean, I've never met somebody that was so kind and really just genuine. And it was really nice seeing her when she was in studio. It really was. It was so much fun.
We had a blast. Yeah.
Sounds
We
fun.
did.
Do you ever, when you're doing a reading with somebody, do you ever get, I don't know, scared or fearful based on what you read? I know you said you don't remember it, but in the moment, do you get fearful of, like you see something that's coming probably
What they give me, you mean what I'm
Yeah.
receiving?
Mhm.
Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. So loved ones, first of all, if you ever go to a person who says they're a medium, loved ones don't have opinions or judgments. They're completely love and light. Can you imagine this? So whatever they obligated you to before they left, it's gone. So loved ones will never tell you what's going on. They're not a higher vibration. They're people, right? And they're loved ones, right?
Sure.
Like even your pets, if it has a soul, it will communicate. Now, angels, that's a whole different thing, and they are very positively based. So whatever they have to share with the client, the worst thing in 41 years that I ever heard an angel say was oops. And as a Scorpio, it kind of ticked me off when I started the work because I sort of was expecting a little stronger of a response. So
Right.
can you imagine this? Everything we do, there's no judgment. We have consequences. Of course we do.
Sure.
We have consequences, but that's on us. So the information that comes in is always positively based. Plus, I have a tremendous amount of protection. I'm not afraid to say I pray before I start. I'm trained. I'm trained by the best, and so that's so it's like AM and FM. So I don't do loved ones readings at the same day I do angel readings. It's like having a passport and trying to switch countries in a split second.
Sure.
So I make sure, I protect myself, so that I don't, get, what is the word? A little bit tired, I guess.
Okay.
But you guys ask the greatest questions.
So when I had my leg problem and got my leg taken off, before that I was in a coma for like 3 days.
Oh.
And I still remember what I saw. And I know Chris thinks I'm probably crazy. Chris saw other stuff, but I remember seeing what I thought were angels
Uh-huh.
around me. A specific
Yeah.
one that I remembered.
Yeah.
I saw like an angel statue on TV after I got out of the hospital, and I took a picture of it because that's what I remembered when I was
Uh-huh.
close to going.
Yes. Yes.
Is that
And
true?
that's
I
the
mean, do
yes,
you
that's
see
the
angels?
point.
Are they out
Right.
there?
All this work I do, I tell people on the radio, when I'm on the radio, it's not that I'm gifted, it's that you're not alone. Because if you were alone, Seth, I'd be out of a job, wouldn't I? Can you
Yeah.
imagine you call me and you need some information about your job or whatever you're going through or your health? As a medical intuitive, I can do that. Can you imagine I go out there and my eyes are closed when I work, just so you know? If I go out there and they go, sorry, there's nobody there, go on to the next. Oh my gosh.
Right.
I mean, that would be catastrophe for me, right? Yes, you're not alone. You're never alone. It's just hard to see them,
Mm.
I
right?
guess there are times where I think, because I'm a religious person, and I do believe very heavily. I pray every day, and I'm not ashamed to admit that.
Good for
But
you.
there are times where I feel like I'm looking for that answer from a loved one or something somebody in
Yes.
the past, and I don't see it. I don't get it. And
Yeah,
then you
you
start to
won't get
question, are they still there? And
you won't get answers from loved ones because they're not divine, but you will get answers from angels. Okay?
Okay.
I know it's a lot to wrap your head around, but remember the AM and the FM that we talked about,
Mhm.
right? Two different bandwidths, right?
Yeah.
So people are people. The reasons why mediums can connect you, though, with proof is because personality transcends even death. And I wanted you guys to know that because I work with my eyes closed, I didn't want to make this a boring experience, but I went out there before I joined you, and I have some information, and I wanted to know if you would like it.
Of course.
absolutely.
Okay, so I got information from AM and FM for both of you.
Okay.
Okay. And also about the show, because I read your banner about psychic sees that the show is doomed or whatever you said. So I actually went out there and asked also on your behalf. So what
Okay.
shall we do first?
You can do me or Seth, whichever one.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Whatever.
So Chris, can we go to you?
Sure.
Okay. So let's go to FM first, to your angels, okay?
Okay.
They had specific information for you about the books that you're writing,
Okay.
and they said something that's supposed to be translated to you that I've never heard in 41 years of work. They said that you will be creating what they called a living book, that you'll be adding video to your writing.
Okay.
And I was absolutely fascinated by that. Your angels are also aware that the home front, whatever it is, has to do with this word home, the 4-letter word home,
Mhm.
that whatever you're thinking about, because angels come as a thought, whatever you're thinking about with changing whatever that is, it's blessed, and they totally are behind you. They spoke about your childhood.
Okay.
Now, these are the angels who brought you here on the day you were born. They
Sure.
never leave, not even a coffee break.
Okay.
Okay. That you experienced as a child what they called forced tolerance. That's what they called it. And they said that every time you exhale now, and every time that you speak, even on the air, that you speak your truth,
Mhm.
that you are actually healing because you have a chance to get a lot of stuff apparently out of your system without fear.
Oh, wow, that's pretty.
So that's what they said. As far as the AM, the loved ones,
Mm-hmm.
two people came in on your behalf very rapidly. There was a man in spirit. Now, if I tell you he's on your father's bloodline, it's not because he's a man. It just happens to be on your father's bloodline. He came in and said that he really gets you now.
Okay.
And he's celebrating that he actually gets it. and he really was talking about how he was the one who was not the intelligent one, that you basically had a lot more together than he did at the time. Then there was this guy that zoomed in that looked like a motorbike, like a ride or die kind of friend.
Okay.
You know, a lot of Scorpios we have, right? Ride or
Sure.
die. And he did this symbol,
Sure.
this symbol for rock on,
Right. Sure.
but he flipped it around for we know what this means.
Sign of the devil.
No, BS when you say BS.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right. So, what a wonderful, rebellious, but loyal friend who's out there for you.
Wow.
Okay. So, now for Seth, can I go to you?
Please. Yeah.
I can't wait. Okay. And I promised I've got stuff that came in about the show too. It was fascinating. So, for Seth, I'm going to do AM for you first. There was a
Okay.
woman who came in, and she was on mother's bloodline. But again, I have to be very careful here because there could be a woman on father's bloodline too, right? Okay, so a woman on your mother's bloodline who spoke of diabetes, almost as if she understood something about the bloodline. She wants you to know that she's extremely proud of you, and that she really appreciates everything. Your kindness, I guess. That came in very rapidly. Now let's switch to FM. This was amazing and fascinating too. The angels are suggesting that you safeguard your lungs at this time. Now, I understand a lot of the focus apparently was on, I can't even imagine what you went through, but with the leg. But the angels want you to safeguard your lungs. And they're talking about this idea of you, uh, as you receive abundance from this particular project, which, by the way, is going to expand, according to them, you guys, it's good news, that you create a space where you can actually go separate from home to just breathe. You know how people sometimes will, I don't know, they'll get a cottage or they'll get a double wide or ride a camper trailer, something just to get away. Okay. The angels spoke a lot about your perseverance, a lot. Okay.
Wow.
So that's everything that came in AM, FM for you guys individually. And that took about 2 minutes that came out.
Wow.
I had to write very rapidly and try to mesmerize at my age,
Sure.
as I say. So, would you like the news about the show?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll be honest with you. A lot of that, what you just said, made a lot of sense to me. So
I'm sorry?
a lot of what you just said made a lot of sense to me. So that
I'm so glad. Good.
Yeah.
Because that's the idea. The idea is that it inspires you or lifts you or at least informs you. Okay, I'm glad it made sense. I have to tell you, I can hardly hear you guys. I don't know if there's a way you can turn up,
Let
or
me see.
maybe I should try to turn up my.
Let's
How
see
does this contraption work? Somebody, I don't want to disconnect you.
No, I think I can do it from here. Let me see.
Can you?
How's that? Is that better?
hello.
Oh, it's a little better, yeah.
Okay. There you go.
So, as for the show, now remember, angels are timeless. They are beings. They can fly light speed in a split second into the future, and they can kind of come back and report, what's going on and what's coming. Okay? It's like quantum physics. It's almost scientific in its nature.
Okay.
Okay? So, the angels went forward to April of 2026,
Okay.
and they alluded to a new location, and they showed me state of the art equipment that you guys are going to have that it boggled my mind. I don't even understand half of what I saw, what I was shown, I should say. But 2026 April would be the time. They spoke about an easement. Isn't that something to do with property? What is an easement? I'm trying to think.
Well, I can look it up.
Is that when you
It
get a
is something
permission, like to
An
build?
easement, a right to cross or otherwise use someone else's land for a specific purpose.
Thank you. Oh, you're so good at this. Thank you. They spoke of that, and they said, do not rush this advancement. Do not rush it. December is going to be the biggest obstacle for you two when you are considering expanding or moving. So don't push that. They're saying, please don't push that. And they alluded to something about taxes. so that wherever you are going to be operating your business, beware of the taxation there, like the laws.
Okay.
Okay. Now I know for sure I can be in Medina County and purchase a vehicle a lot cheaper than where Cuyahoga, right?
Sure. Right.
So the angels spoke about the timing between the two of you, the rhythm. They called it the flow
Mhm.
of when you broadcast. And although they're not attached at all to the context of the information,
Sure.
they definitely notice this back and forth flow. And they really appreciate what they're calling like the harmonic part of that. They suggested that there might even be like a past life connection between the two of you.
Oh wow.
Now, when I watched a snippet before I joined you earlier today, and you know what? I was just
Sorry.
looking at you guys for a second. I was looking at Han Solo and Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was like seriously, it's like one
Well,
of you's kind of flying the ship, and the other one has all the wisdom. So
what's
it's a good combination.
Sure.
Hmm?
what's kind of funny, I don't know if it could mean anything or not, but I mean, the way we got together was he used to work at MMS also back in the day,
Mhm.
back when I first started and
Wow!
you were
How
there.
did I miss you? How did I not
I was
see
only
you?
there on weekend. I did the
At
metal
night.
show on the weekends at night.
Oh,
So
okay.
But I met him there, and then we didn't talk for a lot of years. And
not
then we
because
got
there was a
together.
problem. We just
No,
Yeah,
drifted
just
apart.
moved on. But then when
yeah.
I lost my leg, he contacted me and tried to help me and wanted to help me get through and do this kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
And so it's kind of like we knew each other in a past life and then got
Yeah.
back together.
Oh, I believe you only because I believe them, and that's really what they said.
Sure. Let me ask you
So,
this, Bonnie. Why are the and if I'm wrong on this assessment, tell me. But why do the angels merely look instead of actually guiding?
because we have free will.
Okay.
So what? Now there are occasions I know you've heard this where somebody I call it being sideswiped by an angel, where you're spared crossing the street, right? Or you get this instinct to back up and a car goes by because they translate as a thought. But yeah, they are helpless to act because we have free will. Now I think free will is grossly overrated. I don't know about you guys, but I want a Pearly Gates fax machine that tells me what not to do. Whatever happened to that? Why don't they give us that? What we don't do.
Well, and that's kind of why I'm asking the question, because obviously if you believe in spirituality, then
Yes.
clearly the angels are, angelic. They're pure,
Yes.
which you would think that they
Yes.
would lend the purity to leading you to be pure.
Yeah. So that's what mediums are here for, is to translate what they want to say to you, right?
Sure.
I also teach mediumship because everybody's gifted. I'm so glad you give me a chance to say those words. Everybody's gifted. Mediums, we're just trained. You can train on anything. And the nice thing about mediumship or spiritual studies is that your body is not involved at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what your size, what's your restriction, whatever you're going through, as long as you have your mind, you can still serve.
What is the hardest part of the training? Is there a specific thing that you have to do, or is it maybe just kind of letting go to accept the messages that is the hardest part?
This is so brilliant. You have to be in receive mode.
Okay.
I was trained by a very strict medium from England. We were sequestered for 5 solid days for 8 hours a day with this man. And we lost half our class the next day because
Wow.
the egos, I stayed. I wanted to learn, but not everybody could handle, like if they were ego based, they couldn't relate. He tore down everything that we were ever told or taught, but he built it back up. So it's important to train with the best. It's important to train intent with intention and intensely. That's the best way. But training is absolutely mandatory. And yes, you're so right. It's all about receiving and waiting and listening and repeating. That's all it really is.
Okay.
So if somebody wanted to train or somebody wants to call you and talk to you or anything else, how do they find you?
Okay, the website is Bonnie444.com. It's very easy. 444, that is the key signature for the angels. That comes as no surprise, I'm sure. Bonnie444.com. And then there's a page for the Intuitive Arts Institute if they want to study. There's a page for phone readings. I do everything by phone. My eyes are closed. You don't need to be with me. It would be kind of boring, I would think, to sit in front of someone whose eyes are closed,
Sure.
right? And I would love to take care of you. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. Seth, it's so great to see you.
I know it's so nice to see you too, and it's been so long. And I see your posts a lot. You go out and do a lot of karaoke and stuff, which I just think is
Oh,
awesome.
yes.
And I mean, it's so fun. I see you all over the place just singing, and that's
Yeah,
one
that's
thing.
my outlet. We all need an outlet, yeah?
That's one thing about you that I think is just so great. It's just a happy. It's a happy experience talking with you, and it
Sure.
Thank you.
always has been. And so,
Well, I choose joy over anything. I choose joy.
do
And
numbers mean
sometimes
anything?
is what?
Do numbers mean anything? Like
The
you said
444 is the angels. 1111. That's the key signature for the archangels. I'm not a numerologist, but there are websites where you can click on a number that you might have seen. If you look for the angel translation, I recommend that to see what they're trying to say. Because sometimes the way our minds are made, if we're working with numbers a lot, then our brain's only going to receive the numbers, right? And not the message.
Because I always see 1111 when you talk about that. And then
That's the guard, yeah.
the picture that I took after I got out of the hospital, the angel that I saw, ended up being a statue of the Archangel Michael.
There you go. Yeah, that's the archangels.
Is this is going to sound like a bad question, and I hope you don't take it this way, but there's a lot of different similar things. Is any of it fake, like astrology or numerology, or there's so many different types of things that are tarot cards. Are they all real? Is some of it playing on people's weakness? I mean, how do you determine what's real from what's not?
Okay, so God, you guys have such good questions. So it's all about the source.
Okay.
So there are many sources, like you mentioned, tarot, pendulums. That's the source is earth power. I know you've seen Ouija boards. Sometimes they can be really crazy accurate. The source for that would be considered to be earth power. Mediums who are trained, the source is what? Spiritual power.
Okay.
Now, both can be accurate, but you got to look at the source. You need to be safe. You deserve to be in an environment, right, where the person who you're with is going to give you the truth, unfiltered truth, but at least with some kind of protection.
Sure.
So,
is it hard in your line of work, in your field, to overcome so much of the stuff that the media has presented? Because the media presents, all psychics are nuts and crazy and blah. That's kind of the way it's portrayed.
yes.
Does that make it harder, not necessarily to get a client per se, but to get somebody to truly loosen up so that you can do a real read on them?
Okay, everybody can be read. If you are a medium and you are trained, there's no one who cannot be read, because are you really requiring the person to do it? You're not, are you?
No.
You're going out to AM, FM, remember?
Okay.
So there's no one, if you are trained correctly, there's no one who cannot be read. Skeptics are my best business because they're the loudest. In my 30s and 40s, when Seth and I were sharing the air every now and then, I was attacked constantly in public because I was in coffee shops. I was just starting, right?
Sure.
So now I'm in my 70s, and I can tell you that for some reason,
70s. Stop it. You're not in your 70s.
Well, look,
hey, I'll be 75 in 10 days, I
Come
think.
on, 45 at the most.
She is
Yeah.
barely aged. Look at me.
Oh, stop.
I fell apart the past 20 years, and she's still
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
good as
Yeah,
ever.
so when I started, yes. Now, 80% of my business, 20%, it used to be 80% was radio, and I've been on many stations all over the world. But now 80% is Google, my ratings, I guess, on Google, and people talking,
Sure.
to their cousin or their, right?
Mhm.
And then the 20% is radio at this point. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on today.
Oh, it's so nice to see you. I wish I could Zoom and see you bigger.
I'm big enough as it is.
Oh, stop.
So we're gonna. I don't want to be any bigger than this right now in front of you. So, but I really, it's been so great talking to you, and it was great catching up a little bit on the phone and everything. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't want to lose touch with you. So,
Okay. Chris, it was great to meet
Yeah,
you.
nice to meet you as well.
everybody
You-
go to Bonnie444.com. Bonnie444.com.
All right. Thanks,
So,
guys.
All right, Bonnie.
Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon. All right.
Okay. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.